there was only that much that one could do, and I didn't have the aspirations to be arm candy and just be in a commercial film because of the fact that there are two super, stars in it. I mean, my question always was, but what am I doing in it?
I think budget is a very sensitive issue for female filmmakers.
But when I made the Jism series, for example, John was new. He was
Sure.
being launched. So Bipasha got paid a lot more than him because she was meant to be this femme fatale. And even with part 2, I mean, casting Sunny, I mean, there was a sizable amount of money I gave her that Randeep Huda till date cribs about how she got paid more.
We have a powerhouse actress and a stellar director with us today who are here to talk about their upcoming show, Bombay Begums. Welcome to Pink Villa, Pooja Alankrita.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, I want to start this interview by asking you, Pooja, what has kept you away from acting for so long?
There's some idea in my head that I had kind of buried that part of myself, and I'd kind of, put the actor in me into hibernation. And I was busy, as you know, producing and directing and trying to make films in that sense. And I must say, making movies gave me a lot of satisfaction. I mean, direction is not something that I ever aspired to do. I just went ahead and did it because very often you don't find the right person to kind of fill those shoes. So someone
Sure.
told me that, we're looking for the perfect director is like we're looking for the perfect man to marry. They don't exist. So you just have the craft in that sense. So that's what I did. But I truly enjoy producing movies. I mean, I at 25 when I produced Tamanna and then Dushman and Zakham, for me, it gave me a sense of self-worth that was beyond merely being an actor. And while I was privileged to have gotten some extremely, varied roles from Daddy to Dil Hai Ke Mantani to Phir Teri Kahani and even Border for that matter,
Absolutely.
I felt that time that I was in, there was only that much that one could do, and I didn't have the aspirations to be arm candy and just be in a commercial film because of the fact that there are two super, stars in it. I mean, my question always was, but what am I doing in it?
Sure.
And that was looked upon as a certain degree of diffidence. So when Tamanna happened to me, I said, wow, this is a great script. And people said, but no one's going to produce it because it's dealing with female infanticide and it's a eunuch story. So I said, I will. And I raised the money and I made that movie. And I felt a sense of self-worth.
Yeah.
That really being part of an indifferent film as an actor didn't quite give me.
When I saw the trailer, it seems like to be a story of ambition and aspiration. But if you have to describe it from a director's point of view, what is Bombay Begums all about?
I actually got this idea many years back. I think it was 2012 or 13 when I first thought of Bombay Begums. And I thought of it, I think, for 2-3 reasons. One is, I think I was reading about a lot of women who were doing very well in the banking industry. And then also I was quite interested in this whole concept that now there's so many women in the corporate workforce, but their responsibilities of managing their home life, that hasn't kind of reduced, and that
Sure.
pressure to make your family life work out is still there. For me, the show is about female ambition, but it's also just about being a working woman. And whether you're working as a bar dancer or you're working as the CEO of a bank. And it's also, of course, about the many ages of being a woman in a certain sense, because we have Shai's character who's much younger.
Yeah, I think Pooja might agree this, and this question is for the two of you. There was a point in our film industry when you make a women-led film, it used to face a lot of roadblocks, primarily being the budget. However, now, do you think with the surge of OTT platforms and with so many women-led shows being appreciated, it is easy enough to experiment with subjects which appeal to women primarily as well?
I think if I had to answer this, I would say that I think budget is a very sensitive issue for female filmmakers because it's so strange. You're just conditioned to not conceive of things which require larger budgets. And I've made all my feature films in really tiny budgets.
Sure.
It's the only way of making them viable, but I think it's a systemic problem, and it's like a chicken and egg story because I feel like these films are not marketed enough, so they can't do that kind of business. Female actors are never pushed the way male actors are pushed. So it's a cyclical thing. You've created an audience and a market that is only looking to spend their money on a certain kind of film because we've not pushed these films. And then, the answer is always given to female filmmakers, yeah, but not enough people will buy it and all that. So I think it's a systemic problem. I definitely feel the streaming space is much more open to women's stories. But I think the idea of how much of a budget a female filmmaker with an entire female cast will get compared to what male filmmakers will get for a very male-led story, I think that's a PhD thesis in itself.
But it's surprising you still say that, because even now we have given a hit in a Kahani with Vidya or a Razi with Alia, and still we face these issues. Pooja, you have been on both sides. You've been an actor as well. You've been a filmmaker as well. Have you faced these roadblocks while making a women-led film?
Well, for me, I was competing straight with my uncle and father, because Vishesh Films, or rather my father had kind of formulated a kind of a way for them to kind of really make movies in a certain budget, and it started out with being low cost and high quality, and I think somewhere eventually my uncle's corruption kind of came into the fray, where the cost remained low and the quality also remained low, and my father in that sense was a very accommodating director. He was the producer director in the real sense of the word, so you could tell him that I'm not giving you this and you don't have this and you don't have that, and he would make it work. So if they were making a movie for say 10 crores, I had to do it as a producer in 7.5. And so I had to kind of, for me, it was dealing with first that,
Oh, really?
So, that's the way it was. So what I did as a producer was kind of somewhere perfect that. And when I look at even Jism 2, for example, I've always, in all of my movies, whether the first actor I worked with, when I produced Tamanna, I was in the film. I made Dushman, I cast Kajal. And Kajal got paid more than Sanjay Dutt in that movie because it was her film.
Wow.
And it was a double role. So for me, it was always about the fact that eventually it's a role that decides how much somebody takes home, It's not really whether you're a man or a woman in that sense. And I made Zakhma after that. And of course, the budgets were low for that as well. But then we kind of got Ajay on board and we gave him a territory in that sense. But when I made the Jism series, for example, John was new. He was being launched. So Bipasha got paid a lot more than him because she was meant to be this femme fatale. And even with part 2, casting Sunny, there was a sizable amount of money I gave her that Randeep Hooda till date cribs about how she got paid more. And I'm like, darling, I don't set those rules in that sense. But it was made for about 6.70 and it did a business of 42 crores.
Wow.
So then, that shut the boys up.
Pooja, when you came back in front of the screen with these 10 years of gap, how different was it for you? Was it difficult to again make a space, or were you smooth enough from the first day?
No. I felt like I was going to school.
I'm like, let me answer that. There was nothing. It's like she had never left. She came on, she was amazing. She took the least number of takes for anything.
I'm sure.
It was like she always belonged there. It was amazing.
For me, it was like a child who goes to school for the first day and is hoping that they liked and they kind of, don't make a complete ass of themselves. So there was, of course, elephants stomping around in my stomach, but that's a good thing. It's like going on a first date in that sense. So, it's like, it was this kind of excitement and this kind of queasiness in the pit of my stomach. And I'd be lying if I didn't feel that. And I think that anxiety should never leave us, that nervousness.
Sure.
That can I do this? Will I be able to pull it off? Because I think that keeps you grounded.
I would like to end this interview from where I began. I'm too happy to see Pooja back on screen because I've told her earlier as well, I'm a big fan of hers. And Bombay Begums looked lovely, and I wish all the best to you guys. I can't wait to see the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm truly touched by your generosity and, the love that's kind of coming all of our way. And for me, it's, one is kind of learn to combat criticism, but praise is new after so many years as an actor. It feels a little strange but good. Thank you.
More power to you guys. Thank you.